Namaste. Today we are going to learn one of the very important techniques of pranayama, that is Amrut Pranayama. This pranayama was developed in Natha tradition, one of the greatest practices given by Natha tradition. Amrut Pranayama is not only the breathing exercise, but it has many more dimensions more than breathing exercises. So today we will learn how to practice Amrut Pranayama in different stages. So first I am going to show you small stages how to get through Amrut Pranayama, and then at the end we will learn or we will see how to practice complete Amrut Pranayama. So the first rule for Amrut Pranayama, you need to breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. When you are breathing in, your mouth is completely closed. You need to breathe in as deep as you can and breathe out through your mouth by rolling your lips. You are rolling your lips like you are whistling, but of course you are not whistling, you are not making any sound, just turning your lips, just rolling your lips. I am just going to show you. Look at me. So for Amrut Pranayama, you need to breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth by rolling your lips. So that's how we are going to breathe during this pranayama. So this is the very first very important step of Amrut Pranayama. The second step of Amrut Pranayama, that we are going to count while inhalation and while exhalation. We need to breathe in 8 counts and we need to breathe out in 16 counts. So how to count? We need to count with the help of the hands. So how to count, I am going to show you. So the most important rule here in Amrut Pranayama, that the time for exhalation is double than the time for inhalation. So inhalation in 8 counts and exhalation in 16 counts doesn't mean that 8 counts it means 8 seconds and 16 counts it means 16 seconds. So you can just use the time as per the capacity of your lungs. If you think your lungs are strong enough, then you can do 8 seconds inhalation, 16 seconds exhalation. But if your lungs are not strong enough, then you can do short time for inhalation, but counting should be done with 8 times and then 16 counts for exhalation. And we are going to use our right hand for counting. So if you look at your right hand except thumb, every finger, all 4 fingers, they have 3 lines, that is 3 folds are there. So the little finger, the first line at the base, then the second line and the third line. Likewise, the ring finger also has 3 lines, middle finger also has 3 lines, and index fingers also has 3 lines. So it means we have 3 points on each finger, and plus we will add one more point, that is on the tip. So if you are counting the points, so every finger will have 4 points. Those 3 lines, first line, second line, third line, and the fourth point, that is the tip of the finger. Likewise, the ring finger will also have 4 points, 1, 2, 3, and the tip. Middle finger also will have 4 points and index finger will also have the 4 points. It means 4 fingers multiplied by 4 points, it means we will have 16 points. So we are going to use these 16 points for Amrut Pranayama. How to use those 16 points? We are going to use thumb to count those points. So there are some specific rules how to count those points. So the very first rule for counting, always start counting from the little finger. So first you count on the little finger, then on the ring finger, then on the middle finger, then on the index finger. So this is the first rule. And the second rule, always count in the upward direction. It means you first count at the base, then the second line, then the third line, and then on the top of the finger. So these are the rules. I'm just going to show you how to count. So now I'm using my right hand, I'm using my thumb for counting. So when I place the tip of the thumb at the base of the little finger, that is the first line, that is first count. Second line, that is the second count. Third line, third count, and the top, that is fourth count. Likewise, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's how we can count 16 points on 4 fingers. So during Amrut Pranayam, we are going to use our right hand for counting. So as I said, in 8 counts you need to breathe in, and in 16 counts you need to breathe out. It means we are going to use first 2 fingers, that is little finger and ring finger, for inhalation for 8 counts, and then after complete inhalation we will be using all 4 fingers for exhalation, because we are going to use all 16 points. So look at me, if you want to count inhalation, so how you are going to start? When you will start inhalation, you will start counting on the little finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. This is for inhalation. And after complete inhalation, when you will start exhalation, then again you can start from the little finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. So that's how we are going to count inhalation and exhalation during Amrut Pranayam. So right hand we are going to use for counting inhalation in 8 counts and exhalation in 16 counts. Of course, we are going to use our left hand as well. So how to use the left hand, I will explain you a little bit later. So the first rule for Amrut Pranayam, inhalation through the nose and exhalation through the mouth by rolling the lips. The second rule, inhalation should be done in 8 counts and exhalation should be done in 16 counts. And the third rule, inhalation and exhalation can be counted on the right hand by using all 4 fingers. So we are going to use the thumb for all those 4 fingers. Now here, one more important benefit of Amrut Pranayam. These fingers and these points, when we are going to touch those points, they are not only for counting, but those points, they give very strong effect to our brain. As we all know that the science of acupressure and the acupuncture, so what it says, that all organs in our body, they are connected with our palms, and if you locate the point for all organs on our hands, you can search or you can locate the point of our brain, our stomach, liver, heart. So the whole body is reflected on our palm through those points. And if you touch those points or if you press those points, then you work on those points, and through the hands you can treat those organs. So in Amrut Pranayam, we are going to touch those points, and all those 16 points, they are connected with our brain. So when you touch those points, basically what we are doing, we are counting, of course we are counting, but at the same time you are stimulating the brain centers, and all those 16 points, they are connected with the different organs. So with the help of Amrut Pranayam, with the help of such kind of counting, we are going to work on the nervous system, we are going to work on the brain, and through the brain we are going to make our body more efficient, more stronger. We will make all our organs very stronger. So this is for right hand. Now Amrut Pranayam, the next rule for Amrut Pranayam, how many times it should be done? Amrut Pranayam should be done for minimum your age plus 3 number of times. For example, if your age is 50 years, then you must practice minimum 53 rounds. If you do more than 53 rounds, that's completely fine. But if your age is 50, then you should do minimum 53 rounds. If your age is 25, it means 25 plus 3. It means minimum 28 cycles, 28 rounds. If your age is 20, it means minimum 23 cycles. So if you want to get stronger benefits of Amrut Pranayam, you must practice Amrut Pranayam for your age plus 3 number of times, minimum your age plus 3 number of times. And how to count those many cycles? So we are going to use the left hand for counting cycles. Right hand we are using to count the time duration for inhalation and exhalation. And the left hand we are going to use to count the cycles, how many cycles we are performing. Like right hand, on left hand also we have all those 16 points. So if you look at the left hand, every finger has 3 lines, 3 folds, and on the top, that is tip of every finger, that is the 4th point. So when you complete one round on right hand, it means when you inhale in 8 counts and when you exhale in 16 counts, that is one round is over. Then after completing one round on the left hand, you can count 1. So how to count 1? You can touch the thumb, tip of the thumb at the base of the little finger. After second round, you can touch the second line. After third round, you can touch the third line, and so on. It means on our left hand, we can calculate maximum 16 cycles, 16 rounds. I'm going to demonstrate the whole Amrut Pranayam to you, so it will be easy for you to understand how to count on the right hand and how to count on the left hand as well. So once again, on the right hand, what we are doing, we are counting the time for inhalation and the time for exhalation. 8 counts inhalation, 16 counts exhalation. And on the left hand, we are counting number of cycles. So after finishing one cycle, you are touching the first line and so on. So if your age is 50, 50 plus 3, it means you are counting 53 cycles on the left hand. As I said, on left hand maximum we can count 16. So after finishing 16 rounds, again you can start from the little finger. So one hand it is 16, two hands that is 32, three hands 48, and so on. So you know your age, you know how many cycles you need to perform. Accordingly, you can decide how many fingers and how many lines you need to count, and then you can practice Amrut Pranayam as per the counts which is necessary for your age. So this is actual Amrut Pranayam. There is one more aspect of Amrut Pranayam. When you get used to this counting, then you can add one more element in Amrut Pranayam, that is mantra. So before talking about mantra, first of all I would like to demonstrate you, and then I will tell you why this pranayam is called as Amrut Pranayam. What is the meaning of Amrut? So let me demonstrate you how to perform Amrut Pranayam. For the demonstration, first few rounds I am going to hold my hands in front of you so that you will understand how to count, and then after that I will place my hands on the knees so that you will understand how the hand should be kept during this pranayam, Amrut Pranayam. For that I am using my right hand for counting inhalation and exhalation, and I am using my left hand for counting number of cycles. So now I am going to show you 2 cycles by holding my hands up, and I will show you 2 more cycles by holding my hands on the knees. So look at me. First round, I am doing Amrut Pranayam. Before I start pranayam, first of all I am going to breathe out completely through the mouth, and then I will start inhalation. Simultaneously I will start counting. So 8 counts inhalation on the right hand, and then I will start exhalation, again starting from the little finger. That's it, one round. So I am counting on the left hand the first cycle. Second round, that is second round. I am counting second round on the left hand. I will show you 2 more rounds. So for Amrut Pranayam, it's better you place your hands on your knees. Your hands should be relaxed. 2 more rounds I will demonstrate. So that's how I have done 4 rounds of Amrut Pranayam. Now there are some mistakes which can happen while practicing this pranayam, especially for counting. Sometimes when people count on their right hand, counting should be done synchronized with your breath. It means when you start the process of inhalation, you should start counting the first line and you should count till the 8th point for inhalation, and till 8th point you should continue the process of inhalation. So do not finish inhalation before you reach 8th point. Also for exhalation, when you start counting exhalation, start exhalation on the first point and finish exhalation exactly on the 16th point. If you think it is difficult for you to reach 16th point, you can increase the speed of counting. Okay, so it is very important that the counting and your breathing should be synchronized. 8 counts for inhalation starting from the first count till the 8th count, and 16 counts for exhalation starting from the first count till 16th count. So this is very important. Inhalation should be done through the nose and exhalation should be done through the mouth. So there is one more element, as I said, mantra. When you are comfortable with counting, then you can add one mantra with every count. So every time when you touch your thumb to those points, then you need to chant one mantra, but mentally. We are not chanting this mantra loudly without making any sound. You need to chant this mantra mentally. So every time you touch it, you need to say Hari Om, Hari Om. It means what? 8 times you will chant Hari Om with inhalation and 16 times you will chant Hari Om with exhalation. So look at me. Now I am going to chant it little bit loudly for you to understand. But when you do pranayam, you are not chanting this mantra loudly, but you are chanting this mantra mentally, like this. Hari Om, 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 Hari Om. So 8 counts inhalation and 8 times mantra Hari Om. Then for exhalation, Hari Om, 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 Hari Om. So 16 times Hari Om mantra, 16 counts exhalation. And after finishing one round, you are counting on the left hand. As I said at the very beginning, that Amrut Pranayam, it is not only breathing exercise. Of course, as we can see, it's a deep inhalation and long exhalation. So it has very strong effect on the respiratory system. Breathing exercises, any pranayam exercises, they are very strong practices for your nervous system. It switches on your sympathetic nervous system. It calms you down. It improves your focus. It improves your memory. It relaxes you. But in Amrut Pranayam especially, with the help of this counting, we are pressing those acupressure points which are connected with all different organs in our body, 16 different organs in our body, through our brain. So you are touching those points, you are triggering those nerve centers in the brain, and through that you are working on those organs. So Amrut Pranayam, additionally, it gives a strong effect like acupressure points. It makes your nervous system very stronger. Also, there is one more effect of mantra. So it's a mantra meditation. Every mantra has its own energy, has its own power. So when you chant these mantras while practicing Amrut Pranayam, you get additional benefit of mantra chanting as well. It gives a very strong benefits. Respiratory system is going to get stronger, nervous system is going to get stronger, your mind is going to get stronger. So it's kind of a holistic practice. So that's why Amrut Pranayam is considered as one of the strong practices which is effective for respiratory system and for the whole of your body. Amrut, it means nectar. Nectar which gives stronger life or which gives longer life. So just now we have seen how to practice Amrut Pranayam, and as we have seen that Amrut Pranayam gives a lot of benefits, and that's why Natha tradition, they call this pranayam as Amrut Pranayam, which will make your life stronger, longer and healthier. This counting is actually very important technique. You can even teach this counting to your children. If you have a small children at your home and if you want that they should have good focus, they should have good concentration in their studies. Till the age of 6 to 7, you can simply teach them to count their fingertips, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, without even any breathing. Even if they develop this habit to touch the tip of the fingers, their brain will function more. After the age of 6 and 7, if they develop the habit of counting all those 16 points, it means touching all those 16 points, it will improve the function of their brain. And of course, after the age of 11, 12, you can include the whole Amrut Pranayama in their practices. So that's what I wanted to share with you in today's session. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you will enjoy practicing Amrut Pranayama. Namaste.